I'm ready. Okay. We are live. Hello everyone and welcome to Pixel Savers. Today, myself, David here, along with Jeremy. We are Pixel Savers, but Jeremy brought a special guest. Jeremy, why don't you introduce your special
I always want
guest right here. Who is this guy? Who is this?
So today, we got an ex-photographer from Fujifilm. And this guy is Ken.
The other side.
Okay, I'm not good at it. I am not good.
That's right. Yes.
Right there. So he's Ken is an ex-photographer. Actually, Ken's the one who introduced me to Fujifilm. He is the one that got me to the dark side. See, dark side.
We're all wearing black today for a reason, because Fujifilm is a dark side.
Well, I don't think we planned this.
No,
we didn't. Yeah. So today, because the reason why we have Ken here, even though I'm a Fuji ambassador as well, but then he worked really closely with Fuji Hong Kong and Fuji China, as well as I think Fuji corporate too. So he knows quite a lot about what's going on, and also he pretty much has a lot of knowledge about details on all the cameras. I think back then we did a video about talking what's the difference between the X series camera. We didn't go too in depth on that. So today, since we have Ken here, so we're going to continue that topic, and then hopefully people will kind of understand what are the difference and who should get what. So I think that's a huge question out there right now. So let's see if we can fix that. Yep. And then a lot of people, I think, don't know that Ken actually a fashion photographer. So he used Fuji gears to shoot fashion and editorial. So even crop sensors. So full frame what? What?
Yes.
Oh wait, no, he has medium format, by the way. Sorry, this guy.
Yes.
Medium format. So. Because you don't need it. The crop sensor is basically good enough. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, Fujifilm really optimized their crop sensor to be competitive to full frame sensor, and they're really good. People use them for industry all the time, right? Commercial use, they use crop sensor. So to preface this, let's go ahead and start out to say that Fujifilm has a lot of cameras. They have medium format, crop sensors that a lot of people use for professional use, and they have fine picks for travel and vacation cameras. Today we're talking about 3 cameras that we're picking out. These are the most popular X series cameras. This is the X-T4, X Pro3, and X100V. And Ken has used them all and actually has 2 of them in his possession right now. So let's just start out
by you have all 3 of them, right?
You actually have all 3? Sweet! Sweet! I didn't even know that. That's even a perk. So basically in this video, we're going to talk about the timeline of when these cameras were released. We'll talk about some of the specs and features of each of these cameras. And then we'll go and ask Ken what's his favorite and what he would recommend, whether you're a YouTuber, whether you're a travel photographer, whether you are fashion or commercial, whatever you use it for. There are specific needs and there are specific cameras for your needs. So Ken, why don't you talk about which cameras came out on which dates? What is the release time frames of these cameras? Time out. I can't hear you on Skype, Ken. Ken, I can't hear you on Skype. Make sure your Skype is not muted.
Oh, someone mute me,
okay.
Not me.
That's me.
Oh, that's why.
That was my fault. That was my fault.
Okay.
All right.
I didn't touch any keyboard, so probably not me.
Jeremy keeps muting Ken. All right, cool. Sorry about that.
You don't want me talking. Okay, where were we?
So we're talking about the release cycles and when these cameras came out.
Yeah. And I think many of the Fujifilm user or the potential user have read about all 3 cameras back. They sharing the same processor, X100V, so the picture quality is to be the same. But each of the camera have their own personality design. So by the timeline, the first one come out is the Fujifilm X Pro3, and then it was November last year, 2019. Yeah, and then the new one is coming out on March, something like that. It's the X100V, and the latest one is the Fujifilm X-T4 that everyone talking about quite often right now. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's look at some of the specs. So if anyone ever wants to know about any of these specs, you can just jump onto Fuji's website and you can just go to products, go to cameras, and it takes you through all the different lines, the medium format cameras, all the X series cameras down here, and a couple of the premium compacts like the X100V we're talking about today, and the Fine Pick series here. So let's talk about them in chronological order. So you said the X Pro3 came out in November 2019. So let's talk about the X Pro3. So what is special about this camera?
Well, this camera, according to the Fujifilm announced, is the pure photographer design X camera. What is calling this is back to the original thinking of the taking the picture. When the digital camera come out, all the digital camera come with an LCD mode, and I find just quite a lot of people just focusing on the LCD screen to taking picture. Then Fujifilm put this camera back to like your film time, just using the OVF. Enjoy the photographer.
Nice. Jeremy, have you used this camera? What's your feedback on this one? The
I touched it.
I'll give you a touch.
No, wait. But I really want to get it. The one part that it has no LCD. If you know me, I am weird. I am like, I don't know what better word to describe me. I'm weird. I mean, I won't use the word stand out. I just want to be different. And this camera, even though it's a digital and there's no LCD for you to review right away until you flip it over, I love it.
Yeah, it brings out the
design
pureness
like
of it.
yeah. It's
Did I even mention
like
that
this.
how that camera design is one of the most sexiest camera I've seen compared to all the current market digital camera out there? It has one of the sexiest design. Kid you not.
Well,
If
the,
you're into the
tiny
retro
LCD screen,
style,
rangefinder style.
I mean, you find me a rangefinder style mirrored camera with no LCD out there. I don't see any.
so can you
I can.
can you show the camera again?
Yeah, sure. Just right
Yeah.
here.
So can you show us like what makes that so special?
Well, the special design from here at the back. You can see, and they have remodified the design and set LCD screens going to be the hidden.
Oh.
Like this way.
So
Ah,
why
yeah.
did they decide to hide the screen, and what's the reason behind the screen? Why is that a feature? I think that why would I want that?
Well, like Fujifilm say, they want to put the digital photography into the pure photography style. So when people taking a picture, and most likely you will just staring off the LCD, like every people else. Yeah, but they want to use they want the user to use the OVF and the EVF to take a picture like this, focusing more on inside the pictures, not focusing into the LCD mode. And the design of the flip screen, if you have seen some film camera from the old time, and you see they were taking like Hassel, maybe the Hassel also from the top view,
Hasselblad?
looking down.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes.
When you're taking a street photographer on the street, if you take it on your eyes, it will be too high profile, right? But you with the fifth screen, like a 90 degree from here in the lower angle, when you're kicking a button, the people may not notice that you are taking the picture because it's just right at your
Oh, I like that. I never realized that. You can kind of sneak take the pictures. You can kind of do it with the X-T4, right? You can flip out the screen, but with the X-T4, if you flip out the screen, people can see your screen. Whereas with the X Pro 3,
it's
you can flip
coming
out the
out
screen,
cute, yeah.
but it's still hidden. Oh, that's cool. We didn't know that, Jeremy. That's a neat feature.
I
of
thought I
street
told
photography.
you that.
No, I guess I missed it. So that's the X Pro 3. Anything else that's special about the X Pro 3 that you can think of, Ken?
Well, yeah, the X Pro 3 is the first camera built with the titanium material. The material.
Titanium.
Sorry. Titanium. Yeah.
Titanium
They come with
material.
3 different
Yep.
color: black, Dura black, and also Dura silver. Yeah.
Ooh. Which one do you have there?
It's all
The one I have is all black here. Yeah.
Ah, that's boring. Did
I
you
love
pick that
black.
one, or did the Fuji send you that? Oh, you like the black one?
You like the
Well,
black
personally, I like Dura's black one, but if you keep using it for some long time, the fingerprints all over the body. You have to clean up every
that
time.
makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to
That
clean
makes
it up
sense.
every time. Yes.
Because it's kind of like a matte finish, right? It's not glossy.
Yeah, it
it
is.
has a matte to it, right?
Yes.
Have you tried the other color, like Dura Black or Titanium?
I shoot with Dura black on my trial shoot with Fujifilm.
Ah.
Yeah.
There's Duratech. That's a different color?
Dura black and Dura silver. That's 2 different color, and also the black one.
Ah, okay. And
Yeah.
Titanium. Okay, I see them now. Very nice. Anything else you want to mention about this camera before we move on to the next?
Well,
Okay.
yes. Also, that is a very iconic camera design on the X Pro series. There's the hybrid EVF and OVF.
Oh,
This is a hybrid one.
right. So can you explain the hybrid? Like what does it mean to have a hybrid?
I mean, you can use it inside here with a tiny little LCD screen, or you can just go back like the old time, use the OVF, like other range find camera.
Right. So does that one viewfinder convert to a optical viewfinder and also a digital viewfinder too in that same spot where you're looking at?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So
I
it
think we had
switches.
this one question last time. Remember, David? Like,
Yeah.
if we switch different lenses focal length, how would that optical viewfinder work?
Well, if you're using the original Fujifilm camera and the lenses, it will automatically detect the focusing length, but the picture will not be zoomed in because it's an OVF from here. So they will have a little bit design that's a tiny little LCD screen in the corner that you can see the real-time viewing of the which focusing length you're using on the on the camera.
Wait, so even in the optical viewfinder mode, optically, you also have a tiny LCD inside the optical viewfinder?
Yeah, it does.
It's a hybrid. It's a hybrid.
Oh, wow, that's so cool. Okay. So I guess it still makes more sense to use it with what, a 35 millimeter or is it a 24 millimeter? What's like what is the focal length that you see when you look through the optical viewfinder?
There's no difference. It's optical.
Yeah, but what is it equivalent? Is it equivalent to like 35 or 24? Like what is the lens that if you put on, it's perfectly magnified through the viewfinder?
Oh, it's kind of like 18 millimeter to
18.
me.
Okay, yeah, of
no,
course.
Yeah,
Because it's
18.
crop sensor, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes
I
sense.
mean, like the full frame length, like 24.
Yeah, I guess that will take us later on when we talk about the X100V because that one you can't change the lens, right? And then-
Yes and no on that.
Okay, well, I won't jump to that just
Some
yet.
tricky.
Yeah.
some trick available. So there is LCD on the back of the X Pro 3. I just noticed,
But
right?
that LCD is just kind of revealing what kind of film simulator you're using.
Can you see it from here?
Let me. Yep, we can see it barely.
Yeah.
Yep. So only film simulator. You can't preview your picture there.
Well, you can't, but you can set the screen like except the film simulation here and also the camera setting. There's two different settings from here.
Two options. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
two options.
Anything else? Cool. Anything else you want to mention about this camera before we move on to the X100V?
Yeah, the camera have been upgraded to the Type-C port now. Well, more of the latest camera is using the Type-C everywhere, and it can be charged with the power bank, so it's a USB chargeable.
Nice.
I like that. That's a perfect for traveling.
Oh, can you take pictures and record video while it's charging?
You can wireless charging. I'm not sure.
Because that would be
Wireless,
important for. No, probably not. Well, we don't know, right? I mean, it's not guaranteed. Okay, cool. So then after the X Pro3 that was released in November 2019, they came out with the next model, which is the X100V. It came out in March 2020, right?
Yeah, around that time.
So what is the difference between this model and the X Pro 3, and why would anyone pick the X100V?
Well, first thing is the X100V is also a rangefinder design camera, and it's a small, tiny fixed lens on it. Can compare the size like here is the X Pro 3, here is the X100. So the size is
smaller.
Smaller. And
yes.
I would say pretty much the same. Yeah.
A little bit smaller. I mean, I can barely tell because you're covering the part that we can actually see if it's smaller, right? The footprint is it's almost the same size, but it is definitely smaller.
Yeah.
All right.
And there's something new about the X100V. In the previous 4 versions, the X100 series is not radar resistant until this one is come out. The X100V is a radar resistant one, and they have upgraded the lens from the original design. The picture from the X100V will be more clearly, sharper. Yeah, and also it's come with a flip screen.
Oh, let me check out the flip screen. Wait, did not have a flip screen in the previous model, the X104?
No, none of them.
Oh,
this is the first
But it's
design
not-
of the X100 with flip screen.
Yeah, but it's not a flip screen like the X-T4 where you can flip it out and then turn it. It's limited.
No, it's gonna be it's a normal one.
Yeah, it's a normal one from the upside and also from this angle too.
Yep. But also very different
it's not
from
like
the way that the X Pro 3 flipped out too. The X Pro 3 just flipped down.
Well, X Pro 3
it
is
can
kind
go
of
down
unique
to
and
the
special.
100. Yeah. The X Pro 3 could flip like this way.
Yeah, but X Pro 3,
100.
like Jeremy says, is very unique.
Yeah, it is. But when you're using the X Pro 3, you have to. Yeah.
You know, think about it. This is a good example. Imagine that you're shooting wedding, right? And then the groom and brides are kind of coming down from the aisle, right? Have you ever had those time, or you see people doing that? Is they got a couple of shots and they basically just want to check and see if they got a well exposure or they in focus, but then at the same time the brides are going walking down, so they're checking. So having that type of setup, it will avoid you to just keep shooting during that moment. Don't get interrupted, so you will get all that. Now, if you don't get those pictures, that's on you because you're just not a good photographer.
Oh man. Well, you should chip a little bit, make sure everything works, right? That's the benefit
But
of
that's
LCDs.
the problem of the modern digital photography.
Yes.
People chip a lot.
You should chip once when you dial in your setting.
If you
I feel
look
that.
at all the sports photographers or anyone who do high speed, they don't chip. Because you chip, you miss the smart moment, period.
Yeah.
Just keep shooting.
And that same goes on street photography as well, because you know, people come, they're not posing for you, they're walking around, and you missed it.
Yep.
Yeah, you only got one shot, like sport or wedding. Yeah.
Because back then with the film photography, people just keep shooting. They don't know what they get until they get developed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think what Fuji is trying to bring that back, I wouldn't say even slow down. It is slow down in a way, slow down by not looking at the picture, but focus more into the photography itself rather than the result.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people miss that concept is they care about the result because digital photography basically give you the result right away.
Yep.
And they focus on that. And they lost the track of the real pure photography part of it, which is the shooting part and capturing part.
Keep your eyes in the frame.
Yep. Again, that's why the X Pro 3, you hide the screen, right?
Yes. A lot of people kind of complain about that because they don't understand the core concept behind Fujifilm, why they built that. And if they study it a little bit more, they realize, oh, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why Fujifilm claimed that X Pro 3 is a pure photographer camera.
So the X Pro 3 is a pure photography camera. So what about the X100V? Why does this one stand out? Why do you want the X100V?
Well,
because it's smaller,
to
right?
me,
It's one.
yeah, definitely smaller, tiny, and well, if you go for traveling, you don't want to bring all your camera in the lenses. So this camera comes with a 20 millimeters, which means like full frame length is 35, perfect fit for traveling, and also some snap.
But
And
you
the
also
reason is,
cannot change the lens, right?
Well,
That's
technically,
a yes
you can't.
and no. You can't.
It's not a changeable lenses camera, but
They have adapters, right?
Yeah, they got two adapters. Yeah, they have one for the tele, and another one is for the wide angle. But I don't have them here. Yeah, I don't have them here.
But it kind of forces you to use this one lens because it's compact, and if you're traveling with it, you don't want to carry extra lens. You want to just enjoy your vacation, and you just pull the camera out of your purse or your pocket and just shoot. All right, so I can see the attractiveness of this one lens and this rangefinder style LCD, and it's smaller camera too. Okay, what else?
Yes,
what
it's
else
also
yeah.
Yeah, it also sharing the same tech like X Pro 3 with the hybrid OVF. Hybrid OVF design.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly
Right,
same with the X Pro 3. Yeah, that's the iconic design from the Fujifilm.
Yep.
This camera and the other one, X100V and also the X Pro 3, got me really confused. I don't know which one to get, to be honest. I mean, I like the pure professional, photographer part that the LCD is hidden from the X Pro 3. But at the same time, I kind of like the fact that I don't have to think about what lens to use on the X100V. Basically, the 23 is actually, so ironically, that's my favorite focal length, to be honest. So, I don't know, man. I'm still debating which ones to get because they're similar. The tech is the same. The sensor is the same. The OEVF is the same. So it's just based on which one to get. It's so hard. This is, by the way, this is for fun. This is for fun camera.
And not just for fun. Well, it's.
It can work. For me, it's for fun.
Okay, yeah, just for free time or travel or just like gear carrier.
Actually, no. I kind of like to use this type of camera that looks non-professional, but able to produce professional work.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Jeremy. This camera with this design, you can use it as a pulse when you're taking picture.
Oh yeah, that too. Like,
yes.
put it next to your eyes. Because have you seen those pictures that the other photographer use? They have like a medium format. Mirrorless camera, and it's not even rangefinder, right? And then they put the eye next to the camera, this is not even a wheel finders. Have you seen
yes,
those?
I've seen that one. Is it X-T4 from Thailand or from Philippines, something like that?
But when you bring those like X100 and also the X Pro 3, you can actually do that. It makes sense because the wheel finder is right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know, it's an inside joke. We see a lot of those pictures, profile pictures that people just put their face like, that's not a viewfinder, dude. It's like, see, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense when you're using either the X Pro3 or the X100V because they have the optical viewfinder that's a hybrid as well. So you can actually put your eyes over it. Classy.
And you also
So I
got
guess
the digital. You got the digital cropping inside the camera setting is the 50mm and 80mm, besides the original 22mm. Yeah, digital cropping
So it crops
on the inside.
for you. It forces you to crop. But then when you crop, you lose the picture quality. Yes.
Yes, you might lose the picture quality, but I tried myself. The picture quality after the cropping is still good on new sensor X100V. Yeah.
So one thing we have to kind of be clear here first is that if you're thinking competing, I mean, a lot of people, I mean, DV review, there's a lot of sites out there that complete different brand of cameras, right? But when you actually compare with, like, let's say the other brand, Sony, whatever, they are based on technology. And while Fujifilm, what they're based on is photography. That's a different.
Yes.
They're basically, Fujifilm is focused on the person who's holding camera's experience shooting it, not the result, because the result's right there. If you notice, a lot of Fujifilm photographers, they shoot JPEG. They don't shoot RAW. Because personally, I was a RAW person. Ever since I started shooting Fujifilm, I said, I'm a good retoucher too, right? I mean, you guys both can vouch for that. I'm a good retoucher.
Oh yeah.
I have a hard time converting those Fujifilm RAW pictures to look like the actual JPEG they got out straight out of the camera. It is that good.
Yeah,
it's so hard to get it back.
As you know that the Fujifilm is the film factory back to like 1980, something like that. Or maybe way more earlier than that. They have been making the film for the old film camera like over 80 years. And, well, the new generation is everybody living from the film camera to the digital. What they missed is the color of the film. And that's why Fujifilm put not all yet, but both of them, both of the film simulation, put it inside the new generation digital camera with their old color. So that's one of the selling point. That's why the people getting the Fujifilm. It's not just about the technology; it's about the color.
Yeah, the color science is really amazing, especially like when we're talking about the newest one, the X-T4. They added the internal bleach bypass. It just looks amazing. Whether you're doing video with it, whether you're taking pictures with it, and I can see myself using those pictures right out of camera. And ultimately, if I like the pictures already out of camera, it saves so much time because what's the point of post-processing?
I hate to say this, I hate to put people down like that, but when it comes to color science,
right?
Fujifilm has the film that they developed back then as a base for color science. What does the other camera manufacturer has as a base when they say they do their color science? Nothing.
Either it looks natural or it looks like a filter, right?
Yeah, but what is a filter based on?
A filter is based on a look, like a sepia look or a black and white look, right? Not a film simulation, but just a look, right?
But even though black and white for Fujifilm, they have different type of black and white.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, like for
for
other cameramen. Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
By the way, this guy. Okay, I got to think about this time. This guy, Canon shooter.
Oh shoot! why you guys bring that down here?
Hey, we're in pixel step, but we step.
All
That's
right.
what we do.
But like Canon has profiles, and they're kind of like Instagram profiles, right?
Standard, Firebird. What else do they have? Sepia, black and white. That's not color science, my friend.
Or even on an iPhone, right? Or even on an iPhone, right? They have like a lot of Instagram filters, and they look nice, but they're not true to like the color science. They're not. They don't have that history.
No,
of the
color
way it
science
looks.
is the process, but then you gotta base on something first.
Yes.
Right. If you don't have a base already, how can you have that? You don't even have the core value of the color science. How do you expand?
Right.
Truth.
Right. So for me, I want either one. I want both. I want one thing is the color of the skin needs to be reproduced well. So if I don't have any filter, I want it to be real life. I want it to look good. Skin tone needs to look good.
Okay,
Like
then
good skin
you
tone.
will have to go with Fujifilm because back then, when I just started, I still remember this. When I just started, I was a Nikon shooter. I actually met someone in Hong Kong. It's a really good friend right now, and he been shooting for the past 20 years. And he told me that if you're shooting portrait, it has to go with Fujifilm camera because
Whoa.
basically straight out the skin tone is perfect.
Okay.
Yes,
So they got
that's
good
not
color
me.
science and they also have skin tones. Nice. All right, cool. So, I mean, jumping back to here, we talked about the X Pro 3 earlier, then we talked about the X100V, and then next on the series that came out right after the X100V was the X-T4, right?
That's the workhorse.
Yeah.
Yes. So
It
what can you
is.
tell me about the X-T4?
Okay, so the X-T4 is just like what Jeremy said, is the workhorse. Workhorse design camera. It's fit most of the field of photography or videography. Yeah. And well, it's also come with a classic design, like the Fujifilm old one, X-T1 or X-T2, but they have improved a lot on this camera. And the first thing about is people complaining about the battery life of the Fujifilm cameras dry out so quick, right? I think Jeremy have experience with that. So
Yes.
this, well, even I do. And when I'm shooting with a previous model, at least I have to prepare like up to 3 or 4 batteries for one shooting, like 8 hours a day. Yeah, and now this time the Fujifilm X-T4 have redesigned the new battery. It's like pretty much the same size, but the battery is double. Mean you carry 4 battery for your previous Fujifilm camera, and for the X-T4 you just need 2 of them. Yeah, the size
It's a
is
little bit
the
bigger
battery
than the
size.
old one, right? It's a
Yeah,
little
I
bit
have the old
bigger.
one here. You can just compare it. Well, see.
So I can see it's a little bit taller and a little bit wider and a little bit higher. So it's a little bit
Yeah.
bigger in all the dimension. Is it
Yeah,
heavier?
Not really, pretty much the same. A little bit heavier, it's just a little bit. You can't really
It's a small
notice.
battery. It doesn't, even though it's heavy a little bit, it doesn't affect that much.
That's true.
Yeah. But it's the double size of the old battery. I mean,
Double
the double
capacity.
lifetime.
Slightly
Yeah.
bigger, but double capacity. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
exactly.
That's important. And
Well-
yes, Jeremy?
I was about to upgrade to X-T4 just because of the battery, but then I decided to shoot less wedding and or events, so I don't need a camera that could last a whole day anymore. So it's I don't have to. I don't care anymore.
Well, get you
Yeah,
more
but one
batteries.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I
And
think one of the
also-
cool thing yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, just go ahead.
Oh yeah, one of the things that I like about the X-T4 battery is that it's designed for weather, right? Because even if you use it in like really cold weather, it actually holds the charge really well, which is something that a lot of photographers complain when they take their camera out to like the cold weather. Usually the chemistry in the battery doesn't let it last very long. But with the new X-T4 battery, supposedly it's really good. Can you confirm that?
I haven't shot any under extremely weather, but I can only tell you that the battery life is stay for a pretty long time. I did the last shooting. Well, I did a tryout shooting of the X-T4 back to March, and I was having like a 4-hour shooting. I was expecting that the battery dry out after the shooting because I used quite a lot of features inside the X-T4 which will spend a lot of power of it, like the IBIS and also the eye focus tracking. That will kill the battery quickly. But after the shooting, I mean, it completed, well, it's pretty much like 4 or 5 hours. And I checked the battery, it still have about 40 to 50% left. That's amazing.
Wow, that's impressive.
Ooh.
Yes.
Wow. So you mentioned a couple things there that I was actually interested in too. You mentioned that it has like IBIS now. Is the IBIS improved over this camera versus like the previous generation, or how does it compare to the other cameras that we talked about?
Well, the X-T4 is not the first camera from the Fujifilm with the IBIS. This is the second generation.
X1, right?
Yeah, the X1 have the first generation. This is the new design, the second generation of the IBIS from the Fujifilm. And it's a tiny little bit smaller and it's more stable to compare with the X1. Also, one thing is that when you're doing the videographic and when you're doing the panning, from the previous version, you will see the jello effects, like it's a jello.
Yeah.
Moving a little bit, yes. On the X-T4, it improved quite a lot.
Winkle, right?
Yes, get a mood in. Yes. On the X-T4, I tried to do the panning as well, and I find out that the jello results have been improved quite a lot. Better, much more.
Hey guys,
better.
sorry for the interruption.
Sure.
We have a question on Amazon Live.
Yes.
Amber is asking, is Fujifilm X100V good for starter?
Starters.
Like beginner? And why not a Canon,
yes.
she asked.
I wouldn't say Canon is not good, but depends on the budget you have. And for the beginner, well, I think it's quite good. Picture quality is good. That's definitely, and it's tiny a little bit. And only if you can get used with the fixed lens with the 22 millimeters. Yes, 22 millimeters. Yes.
Well, personally, this is my view. I feel like the X100V, it's probably the cheapest one among three of them, which is good, affordable, and also it's good for beginner because if you're beginning to learn about photography, I don't think you should be worried about what kind of lens to use. And this camera gives you that one lens, one choice. It will help you focus on shooting while you don't have to worry about what lens to put it on. Or even better is, it's small enough that you probably can put it in your pocket. You know, like what they said, the best camera is the one that you have with you. If it's too big, too much, like you have 3-4 lenses, then you gotta carry a camera back out all the time. It's too clunky, you might not even want to bring it. But this one is simple enough that you had it, you can practice all the time, carry it with you at all times. So I say yes, it is good for anyone who started with photography.
And she
Yes,
says,
and
why
also-
not Canon? Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah. And also one thing to me, like if you love photography, you are already having your camera around, and the X100V is one of the best choice. You put it in your bag or in your pocket.
And it's stylish.
Yeah, you can use it as a props.
I kid you not. Ever since I started shooting with the X-T4 walking around, I got more compliment on my camera than ever.
Oh.
I can
Seriously.
believe that.
And that makes me feel good. I mean, I shouldn't, because they're actually talking about how nice the camera is, not how nice I looking. So it shouldn't matter. But it feels good. Now for the second part of the question, why not a Canon? David, you want to take that?
As a Canon shooter, I've been shooting Canon for over 10 years professionally as a wedding photographer. And I think to just say if you're starting out as a camera for starter, it really doesn't matter what camera you buy. It's whatever camera you have that you can set into manual settings. That would be probably my criteria to learn photography. There's two things you can learn. You can learn about like framing, cropping, exposure, and well, first of all, it's framing and controlling your subject. The other thing is like all the detail settings of the camera. So if you have a manual camera, you can learn all those settings, like changing the shutter speed, changing the aperture, changing the ISO, and that's where you actually learn the mechanics of how the camera works and how to take good pictures with those settings. So with that, a starting camera, it can be a Canon, it can be a Fuji. Canons do make pretty affordable starter camera too. So if you're looking into the camera line, you can go for something like the M50, which is very small, compact, and affordable too, but it can't fit in the pocket like the X100V. That's one thing the X100V can do that I actually really like. Yeah, you can actually fit it in the pocket, and like Jeremy
It looks
says,
good.
It looks good, and Jeremy says the lens is fixed. You don't have to worry about changing the lens. So because you think it's a disadvantage that you can't change the lens, right? But because you cannot change the lens, it forces you to be more creative. It's like, I only have this lens. How do I get this shot to look good? Well, I gotta get closer. I gotta shoot behind this. I gotta shoot above this. Have some leaves covering the frame. So it makes you become a more creative photographer too.
Actually, there's two more advantages of a fixed lens. Fixed
Okay.
lens meaning the lens cannot, basically it's attached. That lens is built for the camera, built for the sensors. Do you think weather seal? Much better. Second is whenever you have a lens which is built for the sensor and the camera, the image quality is always better than all those interchangeable lenses, period.
And also
Yep,
one thing
better
about
quality.
getting the Fuji. Yeah, and also one thing about getting the Fuji camera is that you have all the Fujifilm film simulation color in it. If you are not good
Yeah,
at
straight up or camera JPEG, you're done. Just upload it to
Yeah.
your iPhone or Android, whatever. You're good.
yeah, you can use the app to transfer the picture directly from your camera to your cell phone or smartphone, and then you just post it without any editing straight to the Instagram or Twitter or any social media platform you use.
Exactly. Okay, I think we
Yep.
kind of covered that. We don't want to go too deep about that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we talked about the X100V that came out in March of April. Well, it's March of 2020.
March, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
right,
after
yes.
X100V, we had the release of the X-T4, which we just kind of touched on too. So what is the selling point of the X-T4? Like, why would someone get the X-T4 over the X100V over the X Pro 3?
Well, just like Jeremy said, it's a workhorse design for the X-T4. Why do I say that? First thing I mentioned about the battery in the early time is double of the battery life. It's very
That's right.
important for the. Excuse me. It's very important for a commercial or maybe a working user, right? The battery life is one of the important things for your whole day. What do you say? Whatever.
It's like whole
if
day
you carry-
shoots. Yeah.
kind of like that. You don't have to worry about the battery it's drying out. You just carry maybe
Right.
2 battery for a day is good enough, or maybe you just keep 1 more. Not like the previous version, you may carry out. Well, to me, I carry out like 10 batteries for day shooting.
Wow.
Yes, 10 batteries, just in case.
They're not that big. They're like this size.
Yeah.
Come on, you can fit all that in your pocket.
That's true.
Yes.
You can have a little belt or fanny pack like you wear, Jeremy. You can fit like all 10 of them in your fanny pack.
No, fanny pads for you. I never use fanny pads.
Yeah, you
I'm
do.
too cool for
You
that.
have a fanny pack. I've
I
seen you
do
wear.
not have a fanny pad.
I've seen you shot at a wedding. Well, you have this little pouch on your belt.
That's not a fanny pad.
What is it?
That's a pad.
Humanity belt.
Yeah, Batman belt. There you go. That's what I'm
Batman
calling it.
belts.
Oh, I actually used to see his Batman utility belt.
We'll talk about that on another video. So for me, I think the X-T4. I'm gonna change the subject now because I'm not talking about my Batman belt. But the X-T4, I think what drives me is the video ability because it does video really well, especially when you throw in that IBIS, which is like 6.5 stops of in-body image stabilization, which is really good. Plus, they have very good video
it's
codec as well,
5.5
right?
stop.
Oh, 5.5, okay. And then how does that 5.5 work with the lenses? Do you have that special lens to get the 5.5? Or how does that work?
Well, the 5.5 stop is already built in already. If you have some specific Fujifilm lenses, it can go up to 6.5. They have the list inside the website.
Yes, that's why.
So
they
I can
say
actually use some
6.5.
old vintage lens onto the body and it still have the 5.5.
Yes, exactly.
Any lens at the minimum has 5.5 then.
Okay,
that's-
shoot. Now
yes.
it's more reason for me to freaking upgrade now. Damn it. Why you tell me this? It cost me money. Now, I was thinking about getting either the X100V or the X Pro 3. Now I even consider the X-T4 now? Come on, man. Why are you doing this to me?
Yep.
I'm just telling you there was something you missed.
Gosh.
Image
Yeah.
stabilization,
And also-
man.
And also, there's one thing why the X-T4 is designed for the videographic mostly. David had mentioned that it's had a lot of improve on the video setting, like the 4K 60 and now they can up to 240 for the 1080p. Yeah, it's more slow motion on 1080p. On the previous X-T3, it should be 120, as I remember.
I don't
so.
remember.
I think yeah. Wait, one. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
And also the one thing is that why it's designed for the video is about the flip screen.
Oh yeah, the flip screen is key.
Oh.
For
personally,
vlogging or for shooting above, right?
Yeah.
Or shooting below.
And you can take the selfie.
Yeah, flip it around. Yep. Yeah, that's
actually that debates. I was in WPPI teaching class and someone had that. It's an older gentleman, by the way, and he was kind of want to get a low angle, so he based the light on his belly and do that shot. And I was like pointing him out, hey, you do know that you have a flip LCD, you don't have to do this, right? No.
Oh, he didn't have it.
He had it.
Oh.
But he had it. He knows about it. But he told me, I feel more comfortable lighting down shooting like this. So even though they have all the new tech and features, they just want to go the old way.
That's true. I can see that, but I would never lay down to take a photo.
I know. It's like, I mean, dude, he's older than me, and he still lie down on stuff. It's like,
plus, you're more mobile if you can go down like this, stand up, and then be quicker, right? And you don't have to like clear out all the spot behind you so you can lay down. Especially if you're shooting at a venue like a church, that's disrespectful to like lay down on your stomach. I've seen the officiant say, "Hey, what are you doing? Why are you laying down in my church? You know, I'm doing a ceremony." I've seen photographers get kicked out for laying down in the church. You don't want to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's disrespectful.
Unless that shot is like extremely amazing, I wouldn't go for that type of shooting. It's like that's too harsh on my body.
Yeah, and plus all the attention, everyone's looking at you, and it just takes away from the ceremony too.
Yeah, no, not like that.
Cool.
Anywho, I think one more thing on the workhorse, if you notice on the buttons on top of X-T4, it has more feature on top of that compared to the others. So you could while you're working, you could adjust your setting, ASAP in a way. It's all there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, all the Fujifilm camera have this design. They all make the dial for your setting, like the ISO, the shutter speeds, and also the apertures. Not like the other digital camera, they all go inside the manual setting. You can see it quite clearly from the top view.
Yep, I love it. I don't even go into the manual that much, except for the quick manual, the Q. That's pretty much it. Other than that, I don't go, except for the format and stuff. That's it. Love it.
Yeah, that's one thing that Fujifilm designs go by the vintage design, like the old time.
Yeah, and it makes it very tactical and very enjoyable to go back to the tactable dials to really the satisfaction of changing the dial to make your setting change. You can feel it while you're shooting, while you're looking through the viewfinder. Wait, does the X-T4 have a viewfinder?
Yeah, it says an EVF viewfinder.
But it's EVF, so it's not the optical.
It's not optical.
Okay.
It's not
so only the
X100V. Only with the
X100V
X100V and X-Pro3, yeah.
And X-Pro3.
Is it true that only rangefinder can make a hybrid viewfinder?
That's the iconic design from the Fujifilm only.
Because what the X-T4 is kind of mimicking the single lens VFX, right? In the style
it's
of
a
the
single
body.
lens. Yes, it is.
So you don't really have an optical if you have no mirror in there, so it's a mirrorless. So you can't really do that. But for the rangefinder, because the viewfinder is on the side, you could actually have an opening for the glass to be in there. So I don't know. Personally, I love virtual stuff, so I love rangefinder design. I mean, even though when you show me the GFX, the 50, I would take the 50 out over the 50S any day, anytime, just because of the rangefinder style.
Yes,
Yeah,
I would
same thing
love
on
to
Ghost,
use
those
the 50S because of the setting. The hardware
But-
setting is more easier than a 50R. But we will talk about it
Yes.
next time.
But that's the next video. That's the next video, not this one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
medium
Yeah.
format. We'll talk about medium format next time. But I guess we
Next
got 10
time,
minutes
yes.
left in this video. I just want to wrap it up and say, so Ken, we're going to ask Ken first, then we'll ask you, Jeremy. Ken, what is your favorite of these three cameras that we talked about? The X Pro 3, the X100V, or the X-T4? Which is your favorite and why?
To me, I would go for the X Pro 3. Yes, because I love the design, like it's vintage. And my first camera from the Fujifilm is the X Pro 1. I'm still here.
Whoa, X Pro 1.
Yeah, the X Pro 1 still here.
It looks nice. It
about-
looks very
That,
clean.
but that one has a lot of problems, doesn't it?
It's with a scrap on it. It still works perfect to me.
Because I used to play with the X Pro 1 too, and I have some problem with that.
What's your problem?
It's slow. Focusing is slow.
Well, how old is that
Well,
camera?
that's-
It goes back to that time period.
2012, 2012 is
Yeah,
about
that's a long time
8
ago.
years now. It's
Dude,
new.
that's
8
a
years
long
ago.
time ago. 8 years ago, like
Yeah.
my 1DS or my 1DS Mark III took 3 seconds to like preview the pictures, right? Because that's
Because
old.
Yeah,
my
but
friend
when the
bought
ca-
that because
Yeah,
it looks
but when the
good.
camera become older, focusing, but you'll be enjoying the taking picture. You don't have to rush it.
Yeah.
The
Well,
time,
back then
enjoy it.
I'm not as old and wise right now, so
Yeah.
I'm like thinking
You're
about efficiency.
impatient.
Yes,
Impatient.
exactly. So that's what like I pull back until I see that how they fix all that now. So well, no,
Yeah,
finish your talk.
and they have LCD screen. You can see. It's not a hidden one. That's on the X Pro
So the
1.
hidden one is not inherent to the X Pro series. It's just the X Pro 3 that
It's
has the hidden.
it still had the old does it still have the hybrid EVF?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, see?
It's the
I knew it.
first hybrid series.
That's the first one. Yeah,
The first
that's why
one.
it was it interests me in way back because this is very different.
Yes.
But I'm not as good as before. So when I have something that focus slow and have a optical viewfinder that I'm not seeing what I'm getting, I messed up all the time.
It's the joy of taking pictures, man.
Yeah. It's a heart.
So Ken is, that's your final decision. The X Pro 3 is your choice of those 3 cameras, right?
Yes, I can also use the X Pro 3 for like commercial work. Only if you can get used to the flip screen.
Which I think is not
because-
bad.
Because you can use all the lens, right? Basically, it's a
Yes.
yeah,
X
Same
Smart.
lens, X series. Yeah, X mount, XF mount. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, I have one thing to show about the film simulation on the Fujifilm camera. Like the girl asked
Ooh.
about the beginner. Is it?
Yes. Yeah, it was Amber. She asked about, is it a good camera for a beginner? Well, she actually asked about the X100V, but you're saying the X Pro 3 is also
Yeah, I don't
good?
think the X Pro 3 is not good for beginners.
It has
I'm
the
sorry.
word pro in there, so that's hard to justify for a beginner.
It's the usability of the camera itself. It just kind of
It's wonky.
not putting in that category. We just put it that way.
Yeah, that's right. It's
I'm
unique.
going to show you the screen from the camera inside. So I'm going
Alright,
to
ooh.
screen change.
Oh,
Right.
cool.
So inside the
Film
X-T4
simulator.
or maybe all of the Fujifilm
What
camera
is an
have the film
STD?
simulator.
I don't want to get an
Standard.
STD.
That's standard.
That's standard, man.
Fovea.
Oh, okay, got it.
It's Fovea. It's quite good for people shooting with it.
Fovea,
And it's a little
standard.
bit, it's a little bit soft.
Ideal for a
Yeah.
wide range of subjects.
Yes.
Like
And then they have the video.
Do we still have audio? I don't think we have audio from Ken anymore.
I think he's kind of further away. Are you still there, Ken?
Yeah.
You know what? Because I think because he switched input. We might not be able to hear him anymore.
How about now? Oops.
Can you
Oh.
check?
Actually, in Skype, I think we can hear him.
Okay. It was just the other. Okay. As long as Skype
about
people
now?
can
How
hear,
about
we're
now?
fine.
Well,
Okay.
stay quiet for a second. Let me see if I can't hear him. Ken, we can't hear you.
Yes. Yes. Can you hear me?
Ken, are you still there?
Yes. 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 I
Ken,
am here. I'm here.
We can't.
Can you hear
We
me?
lost. And he's not even doing anything, so he might be cut off or something. Well, while Ken is figuring that out.
Well,
Oh, you're back.
Probably is. Yeah, I think probably because I've switched the screen to the other camera that
Yeah,
I'm not
your
plugged in
audio.
my-
Let's not do that.
No worries.
Maybe I just switch the screen and then you people just think about the film simulation I'm going to showcase.
Okay.
How about that? Yeah.
Sure, sure. We'll look.
Yeah.
So Jeremy, you and I, we can narrate. So
Use
Yes,
narrate.
narrate. But he's not doing. Okay,
Yes.
so he's showing a different film simulator, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't show you the preview of what it looks like. That's kind of bothersome.
well,
to
because
me.
it doesn't have a picture in front of it.
I have to put
Oh,
the lens on
okay.
it.
There's
can
no
put a
lens. So it's black out.
Oh,
Please, a
okay.
little bit.
Suppose
Oh,
when you kind of scroll down, it will kind of give you the preview of how that look.
oh. Yeah, man, Ken should have stuck a lens on there so we can actually see what it looks like. Oh well.
Yeah, he doesn't want.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
There you
yeah,
go.
there you go.
Okay.
You want to see his face now.
Auto, white
This is the
balance.
white balance.
Whoa. There we go.
So this is
Okay.
the standard.
Cool. We can see the different mode.
F2.
There we go. You can see his setup.
Okay.
Oh, that's his
So-
item
Yes.
Mini
Yeah.
Pro. Okay, that's auto mode. Provia,
Yeah, that's the really.
Valvia, Astria. I can't see the difference really, to be honest. Classic Chrome. See,
Classic
Classic Chrome should definitely look different. I don't see the preview. Yeah, this is not showing the preview, right, Jeremy? Is it?
Some are, but some of those film simulator, they're not as like huge dramatic differences.
Okay, so it's just subtle, right?
Mm.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's off.
Oh, there's a preview. Oh, he can change the preview. Okay,
Yeah.
maybe now that he enabled preview. See, that's supposed to be black and white. I know that for sure. Cause, yeah, maybe he has to
we can try
select
it
it or
from
something. Cause I
here.
can still see colors. Channel X. I can see that. I can see the difference.
So you see the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a difference. If you look at the contrast and the shadow highlight,
Yeah.
you can't see that.
Yeah, I can see it now. Oh yeah, that's Eterna.
Mhm,
It's
Eterna.
probably internal bleach bypass.
That's the new.
Ooh,
Aquos.
different filters.
It's not new
it'd
one.
probably
it's
be
the
best if we could
scenes.
see something in color, but that's cool. It's cool that there's so many different film mode to go over, and these film modes are available in all the cameras, right?
Yep.
Or at least the majority of the high-end cameras. I don't know.
I think they. Yeah, I think so too. I think they have it most. At least
Yeah,
all
it's-
three of this camera we mentioned, they have
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't say they would have it
easy
in
to
like the
see it
Fine
from
Pick
here.
series or maybe even the A7. I don't know if they have it. Oh, the A7 probably has it.
You see now, if you look at it now.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
see
Now,
all the-
now I can see the colors. Yeah, that looks cool. But I'm confused because Pro Neg isn't that supposed to be black and white? Well, it's not
No,
black and white.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Isn't any of those
No,
black
it's
and
not, it's
white?
not.
No.
Oh, okay.
What that's the
The black one
Oh,
is
that
not
one's
there.
black and white. Okay, okay, cool. Okay. So those
also
modes,
they
okay.
have the,
Look how cool this black and white is.
Black and white looks good.
this is the standard.
right.
Yeah, it looks like the classic
Wow.
black and white pictures you would take back in the day.
Yeah.
That looks cool.
And then if you go into
Very cool.
the menu, you can just see all here. Yes.
Sepia. Yeah, you can play with these modes all day.
Yes.
Well, most of the
Nice.
time you pick one that you like, and that's your style of shooting. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of picking the feet.
Yep.
I'm back.
Yay! Well, thanks for showing us that. That looked pretty cool, especially when you actually show the preview. You can see live the
yeah.
color changing. That's cool.
Yeah, it is. So that's the one. To me, is the one of the iconic from Fujifilm is about the color. Yes. If you are not good at any retouching, or you don't want wasting your time or spending your time for the photo retouching,
Why are you pointing me at for?
it's one of the best options that you choose to use the Fujifilm camera.
Yeah, I think even if you're a great retoucher like this guy down here, if you can save time and get good results out of camera, then why waste your time retouching? I think the only time you need to retouch is because you're trying to get a look and you're willing to invest time to get the look.
Let's just put
right?
it this way. I take picture of my baby and wife, and I'm
Yeah.
not going to retouch those. I'm going to use the filters here.
Yeah, exactly.
Out of
And even
camera.
if you, yeah, and even if you have a paying client, I think ultimately the goal is to get the client happy and also help make you happy too. If you like to look out of camera and if your client likes to look out of camera, you just cut your post-production time to zero. 40 hours of post-production in
Wait,
color
so
editing
if
is
you're
gone.
shooting that with Terra tools and, to capture one, does those film simulation like come out right away, or you only see the raw?
Oh yes, it's with the latest update, it's showing all the film simulation inside the capture one. I can go and show you
Ooh.
this.
Wait, Jeremy, can you
let
tell
me-
me what Capture One is? Because I have no idea what you guys are talking
Capture
about.
one's another retouching software. It's
Okay.
kind of like Lightroom, but much more powerful. And if you're a Fuji shooter, you probably want to use Capture One because it translates the pixels are better. Because remember, the Fuji sensor is X-Trend.
Yes.
The formations of the pixel of the colors are different than beta.
Yes.
So Adobe doesn't do the justice of try to get the best, sharpest image out from Fuji as it can. But Capture One can.
Oh wow.
As well as the color renderings, as well as getting detail out. Capture One does a much better job. And then they work really close with Fujifilm. So now that you could actually, like Ken just said, they actually have new update that you could actually see all the film simulation while you're doing tethering right away, rather than just doing nothing. So by
nice.
that sense, let's say if you're working with a client and do your picture straight out, it's like we touch already. Think about that. So that's
That's
what
a
we
dream.
impress the
Yeah.
heck out of the client.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So that's the Capture One software.
This one is
That's not
taken
yours.
by my friend Jens. Yeah. Well, I'm
That's
showing
Jens.
you some samples. Yeah.
Picture.
Well, this one is taken with the X-T4, right? So here's the before. This the raw file
Do we
before
lose
like
Ken's
this.
audio when he's sharing the screen?
I hear him from my Zoom, but I don't know about you.
How about now?
I can't
Ken-
hear him through Zoom. So
Okay, can we just keep saying? I could translate what you said.
All right.
So, yeah.
How about now? How about now?
oh yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. So, and yes, this is the picture I captured with the X-T4. That's the before and after. From here, you can see is the curves from the Capture One. It showcases all the film simulation, which
Wait, so you can
also
change the film
have.
simulation in post?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
So do you have do you have to shoot in RAW to be able to do this?
Yes, you have
You
to.
have to, right? Okay.
Yes,
That makes
this
sense.
is the raw file. Yes, processes, but it's I would say well, it's not 100% same with the camera straight out, but I would say it's like 95 or maybe up to 90. Yes, it's pretty much same. So when you're doing the photo retouching, you just well, I was shooting like in a classic chrome, but I don't like the color like on the classic chrome. When I try to edit my photo, I can just simply change it from here, or I want to use the eternal, or I want to use the pole high, or maybe I want to change it into like the across, black and white. Simple as that. Yes.
Yep. That's sweet. And again, these are really nice color profile, not just your typical plugin and filters. These are really artistic, really subtle and very defining color profiles.
Mm-hmm.
They look
Yes. It's also one of the best software for developing of the Fujifilm RAW file.
good. Wow.
Yeah, like I just said.
Wait, does it come with the camera, or you have to buy Capture One?
You have to
separate?
buy the capture one separately.
Does it cost a
Well,
lot?
and there's big sales right now. It's like 25% off. Well,
Ooh.
and for the Capture One, if you want to use the tethering function, you have to get a Pro version. Or you can use the free version to develop the RAW file. They have the free version. And you can get all the
yes.
film simulation from the free version as well.
Yeah, I'm looking at Amazon website right now. You can definitely get it on Amazon as well. There's Capture One Pro 7, and then you have like software downloads. Cool.
I have
Very
the
cool.
link. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
The latest version
Very
is
good.
should be Capture 120. That's what I'm
what?
using now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they don't actually. Oh,
Capture
here.
120 Pro.
Yeah, I see it, right here. If I can
Yeah.
show you the screen. Yeah, Capture 120 Pro. But this is a book.
Yep.
What? So they don't actually sell the software here, because this is Capture 112 on CD. So you probably want to buy it from Capture One's website, not from Amazon, because Amazon doesn't have it. So you can just go capture1.com and get it there. You can also try it for free. But anyway,
Yeah.
25% off right now. Pretty cool. All right, I mean, I don't
It's
want to
ending
steal
soon.
your. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to steal too much of your time, Ken. So you want to wrap it up before we go to Jeremy's best pick too, because we're
I
kind
don't
of
wanna
over
go
time.
there.
You don't want to go there?
I can't pick right now.
You can't pick? No, you have to pick. Out of those 3 cameras that we talked about today, which one would you buy and why, Jeremy?
Well, you know my history, right? I was with Sony, and my favorite camera in Sony is none of that is the X1, which is a fixed lens camera as well. That's why I kind of like the X100V because
Yeah.
of the same spec. But at the same time, I really like the design of the Pro3. I know I'm not getting X-T4 because I have X-T3 already, and I'm not a videographer, so to me, it doesn't change that much. And the battery life, I'm okay with that right now, to be honest. I got 4 batteries only, but I'm good. Pro3 is actually the one that I probably will play a lot with because of, well, for once, I could share the lens of my X-T3, which is cool, and it's more stylish, which fits my personality. Stylish, you know.
Well said. We have one question from our YouTube channel. Arvin asked, any chance Fuji launch full frame?
Fuji already launched medium format. How big do you want?
They one up
to
you,
be-
Arvin.
To be answering this question, I have one thing I want to say about the full film for Fujifilm. When the Fujifilm launched the APS-C camera and also the media format now of the GFX, the one thing of the GFX, they have the 35mm mode, which is exactly the same with the full film. When you get the media format with a reasonable price like the full film, with the full film mode you can use, why still get a full film? Why they still spend money to develop a full film line?
You know that the Fuji GFX 50R is around $3,500.
When it's on sale, which it is right now, the 50R,
And
medium format camera.
How much is a Sony A7R IV? Hold on. For how much is it? That one's around $3,200. So $300 more, you got medium format.
Yeah. The
Yes.
Fujifilm 50R is pretty sweet.
And also, you can use the adapter to use other third-party lens. Like you can use Canon, you can use the new one is the Nikon with the speed booster, which support the automatic focusing now.
So I saw a YouTube video that day with some other photographers. They kind of say that the future of digital photography is medium format, because all the other from full frame crop sensor the cell phone mobile photography is kind of taking over.
Yeah.
But the cell phone can't really take the game and take the fight to medium format. So for digital photography to retain their placement, I would say, medium format can stand firm, while the other kind of getting pushed by, the mobile phone, in a way. So we'll see. That's just a prediction that he's saying, but then it's kind of interesting one. Just saying.
Yes. Well, we can talk about the medium format camera next time. Also about why. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. And just to say one more thing about the price, if you go on Amazon right now, you can get a used GFX 50S, which is better than the 50R because, well, if you care about the studio use,
I wouldn't say that.
Well, depends on your use, right? But you can get this one.
It has a better viewfinder, I give you that.
Okay. And I like the layout a little bit better. But you can get a used one in good condition for $3,700. And this is medium format.
You gotta hold it on your hand though. The 50S is actually huge.
It's big.
That's one more thing that's one more thing that GFX can do. I'm going to show you in this way.
Oh yeah, you use it as a webcam. That's what you do.
That says GFX right there. It's a webcam. You're using a medium format camera to do this stream? Are you kidding me? That's crazy. Webcam.
That's why. Now, if you look at him again with the depth of field and all that, there's medium format right there.
Yes.
I can't even compete. I put my background to shame because I'm using a green screen. Wow.
Yes.
All right. I think we're about ready to wrap it up here. Any last words, you guys? Fuji experts?
So hopefully we kind of explain a bit about those 3 X series camera. But if you guys have any more questions, leave comments below. We'll answer. And hopefully we don't have a schedule yet, but the next video we and Ken will do another one talk about medium format from Fujifilms. So if you're interested about medium format, stay tuned. Or just subscribe Pixel Steppers, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
That's our logo
you will
right
see
there.
us.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, and we wanted to say thank you very much, Ken, for joining. Right there, yeah. The icon's right there. So again, thank you, Ken, a Fujifilm camera ambassador, for coming on the show and live stream with us, and for showing us the cameras, because you actually have them and you use them on your day-to-day experience. Because Jeremy and I, we love to talk about Fuji cameras, but sometimes we don't have the experience of holding them and to demonstrate, so that's really helpful. And so hopefully you will join us next time again to talk about medium format. We look forward to seeing you as well. So
if you guys want to see more the picture of outcome from the Fujifilm cameras, welcome to search from FujifilmX.com or maybe my Instagram. There's quite a lot of works.
So you want to tell them what your Instagram is, Ken?
Yes, it's KENLFOTO. Yes.
We'll leave the link down below on the YouTube video to Ken's Instagram to check it out. So you can see some of the work he's taking with Fuji cameras, whether they're medium format or whether they're crop sensor. Amazing photos. And Arvin says thank you for the input. I can share the screen from here as well. Oh, yeah, there you go. So there's Ken's Instagram. It's KenLFOTO on the top there. That's his Instagram handle. Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of works with
commercial models. Nice. Oh wow, I like I like the car shot. Nice.
That one.
Very sweet. Yeah, that looks good. That's a Audi R8. It looks like.
Yeah, it is. Oh, I was capturing this one with the X-T1.
What? X-T1?
Yes.
Why?
Why not?
Because if you're doing it commercially, but if you're doing it commercially, don't you want to have the best equipment that you available? Why?
That's a...
that would depend on what your outcome used for. If you're going to like a large pin-out, definitely go with the medium format. If you're going to the social media as the showcase or for the web use, well, X series do the job already. So you don't really have to bother to get the medium format. Oh,
But
that's the X100V
X-T4
with the tethering. Yeah.
It's the same size sensor, it's still crop sensor.
Yes.
Why?
I mean, if you go back to all old camera, the only difference is probably slightly of the sharpness
Yeah.
and slightly of the color, and mostly because of focus speed. But
Yeah.
you can still get a good picture either way.
But why would
Yes.
you use the X-T1 when you actually own or have access to X-T4?
Let me guess, because he brought the wrong camera out.
No, actually, this one was taken is like 3 years ago.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, 3
Fair
years
enough.
ago. Yeah.
Would that be
So
the
I
X-T2
put
instead of
this one with the
X-T1?
X1.
Oh God.
Yeah, this one.
Wow.
Actually, yes. There's a very iconic one. I would like to show you is the. Let's see.
See, it's never the camera. It's the photographer and the subject.
Well, it's the photographer that knows how to get the subject to react properly for the camera, or at least capture
Oops,
them
the
in
picture is
their
gone.
natural Canon moments. Wow, you got a lot of
Okay,
photos.
so-
On here. Oh, you got Canon 1DX.
Yeah, I saw that. It's my very first camera that I used.
Oh, so you were a Canon shooter.
I
So he
lost,
gave up Canon. When's your turn, David?
I lost the
I'm
picture.
not.
yeah.
I'm not
One-
partial to have a Canon. I can use anything I want. In fact,
Yeah,
Haven't found it yet.
all right,
This
we're gonna
picture
switch over
should
to a
be-
different view. I'm not sure if he wants to show all his files out there, but while he's
Well, this
looking
one
for
is
some picture, ooh,
Well, this one is I was shooting with the magazine back to the 2013. There's something like Balenciaga, like a lookbook. Well, I'm showing you the cameras when I use. See,
X
Yep.
Pro 1.
dang, there you go.
X Pro
Proof.
1. Now, it's not
There you
about the
go.
camera.
Well,
Is
it's
that
a
natural
good
light
sound.
or is that
Yeah.
flash?
This one was electro light from the rooftop of the W Hotel in
Okay.
Hong Kong.
Sweet.
Nice.
Okay, I'm going back.
Lovely photo. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that. I would say that's a good wrap. We covered a lot today. X Pro 3, X100V, X-T4. Let us know down in the comment which camera you would buy and why. For me, I'm getting the X-T4 because I'm a video guy and I love the in-body image stabilization and the flip screen. That's all money. But anyway, again, let us know if you have any questions. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Hopefully you guys stay healthy, stay safe, take care, subscribe, follow us, and we'll see more of all of us soon. All right, take care. Bye, guys.
Yeah, see you
See
next
y'all.
time.
Bye.
Bye. Signing out.
Signing out.
And one more here. Signing out. Bye.